All right. Hopefully there's not too much background noise, but we'll get started here. You want to leave a message in the chat, because I will be reading the chat as I go. But I thought I'd just live stream working on this bike, doing some cleanup. I'm filming a video for it too, so you're going to see some behind the scenes as well. But yeah, so come along with me. There will be a full video later. Get subscribed. Membership, I have, helps me fund projects like this and keep videos flowing. Have merch and everything. So, check that out. I always forget to talk about that stuff, especially at the beginning of these streams. I got a fan going, just circulate some air. So you'll see my hair blowing, and hopefully it's not too noisy. But I'm just doing a couple of things. Just replacing the boots in here and everything. Oh wait, I'm cleaning this up. So may not talk all that much, but I'll try to get it. If you get in the chat, ask me a question. We'll go ahead. So hopefully the stream is running. Hopefully the stream's running well for you. I don't have my external mic on. I forgot to charge it, or my lavalier mic. So hopefully what you're hearing is good. So let me actually check my stream stuff. Yep. Okay. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully you're not getting too choppy in the stream. But anyway, so yeah, just playing, polishing, getting this bike ready for a video, special show. I'm gonna, motorcycle show. Again, I'm gonna have a video out later on it, probably later on this month for sure. I don't know exactly when. If you're in here, you're getting a bit of a sneak peek here. I'm gonna polish the chrome. I gotta work on the paint. I don't know how, because I gotta move around and stuff. I don't know how much I will stream, but we'll stream for a while here. Doesn't hurt. And I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now. And, well, even if you're watching after the fact, you stumble across this. So get subscribed and follow. Again, I get channel members, exclusive access, and I have actually channel members that I have right now have seen exclusive behind the scenes, and other pictures, close-up pictures and things of this bike. So they're getting a little insight into this. Just using a little brake clean here. These fork legs are in great shape, are actually in very good shape. Just a little grime on them. Brake dust, a little bit, just a teensy amount of grease. From years and years of riding it, actually picked up and collected on here. And I have the front fender off, and I got to clean that up, shine that up, and we're doing a heavy detail on this. I'm trying to get as much as I can, every little speck of grime off here. Not, this isn't one tearing apart for a nut and bolt. This is a, what most people would call like a survivor kind of bike. So that means, it's got its blemishes. But it's been ridden. It's that's the the whole deal with this one is just cleaning up and only really replacing what I need to replace. Again, the video is going to be out all about this process. It's like I'm going to show you some close-up shots, actually some history, significance of this bike. It has a interesting provenance, especially to me. So you're not going to want to miss that. I don't know, we're doing this on a Saturday morning live stream. Don't know, don't know how beneficial that is for my core viewing audience, but either way, we're doing it. So don't forget to say hello in the chat. Again, hopefully you're getting a good streaming experience too. Not a professional at this. My hardware I'm using is typically the PC I'm using on this is like 10 years old, and it's going to be coming outdated in October because of basically the discontinuations of Windows 10 support. And again, while I really don't use this isn't a main interneting rig, that does open up some vulnerabilities. So I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to do there. I need a little screwdriver to pick it up just a bit. So this is, the 80, 90, and I mean, yeah, 40, no, 50, 45 years, 50, call it 50 years worth of little bits of grind stuck in here. And actually, there's not a lot of it, really. I did, give the bike a little bit of a bath, a gentle suds bath, a little bit of degreasing on some of the heavier areas, which I will be going back over, and you can see a little more of that in the full video. But a lot of this intricate places, about all you can do is do a little polishing on the outside of that leg there. But I'm a stickler for details on things, and most people wouldn't notice a little bit of grime here or there. And again, this is a bike that has been ridden, and just hasn't been ridden, recently. But it does get ridden, so it's not just a trailer plane or anything like that. Unrestored, original, and again, that's what we're doing here is just as much as we can, keeping up early Japanese forks are a little unique in the way they're put together. Also, their castings and welds are, well, not by bad, are definitely not as detailed as they do today, even on the cheapest bikes. So there's little parts where it gets in. Let's see what got a little bit here. That one's pretty. kind of did that one or off camera. That this is the side you truly see the most. In case people get down close inspecting the axle down here, the axle bolt or something. I don't want them to see that. I don't want them to see a little piece of dirt. And maybe a little too anal, but you know what? Extra time, effort, just pay off when you're showing it, or when the casual person comes up to it. I guess it's all about taking pride in your work. There's times where I definitely, depending on the job, what it is, I'll shortcut some things, but not with this. Fine. Buffing this stuff off. I get my metal. Camera. Extra. Well, I'll edit this in. I'll polish in here. Just not very bad, but just ever so slight, a little bit of surface hitting there. This will not only shine it up, but really it'll leave a little bit of protective layer that'll, save what's here. Keep it from getting any worse, which considering the age, pretty good. Already replaced a few rubber parts and such here. And it's already shined them. All shined up. A little bit of work here. In. But it out now really pays off in the there's a little bit of a scrape there. I wonder I like this off. Let's tack that a little bit with the stuff on it also. That really shine those up. It's a bit, almost a, you know, it's the outside of the fork, so like something came up and hit it or rubbed on it once, you know, or so slight, like a sort of a scratch or wear in the chrome. Let's see. And I got my variable speed Dremel here. Sometimes I'll be able to see that, but sometimes sometimes it's for a little extra buff on there. That's a little take care of it. And around. Might have to do I have to, yeah, well, something more, a little more abrasive to it. That's the times. It's about. And I got a different kind of polish too. Kind of a wadding. It works great as well. Like that. I'll see now. That did a little something. I don't know. Take it. But I really shine over it. But it was just have like a road film almost on there. Let's take a let's try a little something here. This is a little maybe a little aggressive, but I got some different grades of steel wool here. Let's I'm steel wool. Just refine it if it's just more of a surface. That's not as much. It's hitting a little bit. Oh, and just scratches on here. But it's a little bit deeper gouge than I. So you go a little bit more aggressive. Use a spray Scotch Brite, which is a production pad, so you know it's gonna fade in a little bit. It might gonna initially dull it. But let's go back over with some polish. Trying to minimize. Well, let's take it down a little bit, polish her over. I see there's just ever so slight nick in that one. And that's really doing it. Well, you know what it's doing, what we're doing here, really mostly taking off the rough edges. We're not going to, the way it is, we're not going to probably complete. Yeah, yeah. You knock down the high spots, and that's what's really drawing the light to refract off of it. That's why you're seeing it. And again, most people at a show probably not going to even notice that, but I will know it's there. Take that. Wall and find down the scratches like that. Okay. Now, a little bit coming and mostly gonna, wow, that's gonna make it look a lot less noticeable. I mean, I know you can't see it on the live stream, but visually here, so it's gonna look really good. Yeah. So, yeah, that's also took it out. Work on that just a little bit more. Bring it back up. That's gonna, okay. Definitely gonna work. That's ever so slightly. One over here. And yeah, sort of feel it. Like, I didn't need much. Knock it down a bit. Running this on the slowest speed. All it needs. Put it in there. Yeah, there we go. Looks really good. Use this wadding. Okay. Yeah, if you're on YouTube or something, give me a like, give me a subscribe. How about hop into chat, see, what you think. Actually, mostly tell me if the streams with the dawn. Do some of this. This stuff looks really well. Cleaning and polish. Around, get it all on there. And like most things, a little bit of a haze. Now, hopefully the stream isn't too jumpy for you. I can't can't. I'm watching a monitor and I can't really tell always. The screen monitor. It looks okay. Might look a little jumpy, so I guess it kind of depends on your own internet connection. Yeah, we're in the chat. It's a bit of a shout. Give me a shout. I'll give you a shout. And you can also donate via super chat. I hate talking, but in there, another way you can sort of support or show that you like this kind of stuff. Get protection on here for future corrosion or just even drying doesn't stick as well. Get it on. Get it on. You can tell when it starts turning gray or black. You're taking grime or oxidation off of it. Almost like the microscopic level. Because to be honest, if you just look at these, people say, "Oh, that looks perfect." Now it's that point. Over here. It's really nice and shiny. Because then I'm going to put the fender back on, but we got to clean the fender up too. And kind of what I'm going to do, so I don't lose track of what I need to do, because I'm working front to back. I've already filmed it, but these boots are brand new, because the old ones, well, from age, they split in a couple places. I'll wait to fix that. So those were replaced, and I show exactly how that was done and all that in the full video. We're going to see it. Okay, well, that looks really good. And they're going to hurt after. So I'll always deal with this. Actually, while I'm doing this, I'm doing 2 jobs. I do have some navel jelly on a couple little rough areas, just to get it kind of neutralized, and then it'll polish off. Once there's a couple of places it's a little rustier than I'd like, or that's rustier than these are. Like this, they're really just ever so slight hitting. By doing this is extending that even longer, because you're neutralizing it, you're sealing it, and so I wouldn't say I'm stopping the rust. I'm halting it for the time being until the coating eventually kind of gets used up or worn off. So it's like it's not a once rust pitting starts, I mean, it never stops. You can just slow or halt or kind of halt it. So, boy, stand back, take a look. Wow, those look really. Real nice. I'm off like this. Shot. That's good. Now, this one, this loop down. It's groove. This is what I hate working with hooks. Times I can't have the dexterity to get fingers under this. There, I got it. There's times I should wear gloves and I don't. Okay, no. Oh, I got this one coming out here. Can't see them here. Aluminum. Yeah, these are aluminum. Kind of trim here. Very like right here. So not super obvious, but shine those. That. Yeah, I got this the ever so slight hitting. Kind of knocks that down, and this will, you know, these pieces are almost near impossible to get brand new. Again, all this stuff, you wanted it, you want to make this showroom, I'd have to take all this chrome off and just have it all ready. On that case, you know, I really just, is it really a survivor? But doing this, we can kind of preserve it for a longer time, and it's just got a little bit of, wear. I mean, again, this is how they were run. I mean, there's a little bit of grease coming out of the headstock because, bike was ridden and maintained, so it again, one point in time that the headstock was a little bit of grease and adjusted, so it's kind of shows it's been used and then first cared just I want to continue that. Oh yeah, see, and that you can't see it on the video. I'll have some close in my other video, but yeah, oh boy, shine those right up. And of course, I'm not doing every nut and bolt thing. Yeah, I'm taking the more major ones and doing those, but for the most part, yeah. And that doesn't take much time at all. Okay. Take it back to the camera. That's this is not proper YouTube etiquette, but anyway. in is these little collars. Actually, this side, approach, the other side, ever so slight hitting, but not more maybe just oxidation, not so much hitting, but it really shined them up. Now, take these off because I can clean. And that's another thing I found when you're like doing this almost like micro detailing, is yeah, you got to start at one end, back to front, and work your way back. Otherwise, you'll miss, like that screw or this little part on the handlebars. Actually, I got some stuff to take off up here to make it a little better. I'm going to do this headlight ring and stuff like that. That off the rubber. Tried, well, not that it's not going to harm it, but it'll look white. It's kind of like in the old days when you get wax on something and then you get a white dog. That's kind of white haze. I don't know. Probably can't see that on the, but it immediately just glistens even more. Wow. Even I gotta do the paint red. Gotta do hand buffing because there's no way to easily get a machine on this stuff. So that's gonna be it's gonna be a bit of project. If you just joined me in the stream, we're kind of doing some detailing work, like micro detailing to this bike. Say hello in the chat. I am watching. Watching this after the fact, and you watch this far in. Get subscribed. Check out my channel membership, and become a member if you like what you're seeing here. I got merch, got stickers, T-shirts, and other things. Just throw a little support. Something that's usable. T-shirts, got some nice mugs, nice travel mugs, thermal mug, decent. Oh, you know what? Something on this headlight bucket. Bit of scrape or something. We'll take it. We'll be able to get that off. A little bit of elbow grease. Feel a little. Again, in the video, go into some detail about some of this because, again, I replaced a few parts for some reasons, and there's a little bit of a story behind it. So you're going to want to get some pride and okay, let's anyway. Maybe that up there. Polish. this bike is mechanically perfect. Runs, rides, drives, all that. Yeah, even the tank is spotless. Here have a little bit of cosmetics. This off. Polish off, and then where we're at. Good. Yeah. Ooh. So shiny, I can see myself in it now. It was so kind of just almost, a dirty haze. If you've worked on motorcycles, it's like the chrome is there, it's fine, but it's got just that layer of film. It's not really even oxidation. It's the film of grime that is sort of built up. It just makes it chrome look ever so dull. Now, bright, shiny under my bright studio lights in here, lights that I use for studio. Semi-unprofessional YouTuber here. Get done here, I'll get a little Windex or Windex or something like that. Polish up that steel. It got to take a few bugs and stuff, so not even probably polish. Now, I can't show you over here. There is a little scrape here that is a little deeper. What I did before, which so slightly, we're just going to knock it down. Knock it down. Those are just not those. Like something scraped. It fell against it, but never so right, because like this bike, to my knowledge, hasn't been down. So this had to be more of a little garage accident kind of thing. Like this is something took it to the chrome shop. They actually grind it down. I'm just taking off the high spots so the light doesn't glint off it as much and make it as noticeable. But that's gouged through at least one of the chrome layers. Do that. But at an actual shop, chrome shop, they do something a little more aggressive, grind it down, and replate up, fill it in. It's not something that can be done at home, plating to that kind of level. I'm sure there's some DIYers that get real after it that would do it, but the setup. I am not one of those. Even doing just what it is, really improved. Yeah, but, I didn't go away. It was actually smaller, scratches in that. The scratches that came out just by doing that. That's definitely a lot less noticeable that way. Okay, I guess I'm going to do all the chrome, then I'm going to hit the paint. So while I'm saying I'm front to back, I'm doing front to back on chrome and stuff that needs like a metal polish. And then I'm going to, then we'll hit the paint. Because paint is going to be a different technique. It's going to be a teensy bit of experimentation too. Let's, so I don't forget. And it's a bit of yes, just a little bit of last here. Oh, that looks almost instantly. Just a little bit of a little bit of ever so slight amount of super nice. Okay. Okay. All right. The next thing is here, this trim ring on the gauge. Or with that. Like this is not as shiny as it could be, but I can tell a lot of that shine is just that, mostly just grime. It's kind of a bit of a lip, dirt that kind of sets in there and just dulls the shine. It's not it's not rusting pitted. So this rain here, I can tell is aluminum. Got a glass gauge and we'll get glass clean with that too. See when I put a rubber trim around there. Get that rubber cleaner and kind of vitalizer. Oh yeah, that's really all I need. A little bit miss the spot, but here where it's easier to get my fingers on. That's almost perfect. So creases. Down here. And again, take the headlight bucket off and all this, but we're not going to go in that far. Is anybody in the live chat? Say hello. All right. All right. Okay. The water spotting on this gauge. Let's get a Q-tip out here. Use this product 1Z rubber piercing gummy sledge. It's applicated part on the nerve. Put that on rubber gasket. It's still in excellent shape. This will keep it soft, keep it pliable. Add a little bit more UV protection back to it. But more importantly, we'll also clean it. So make it look back to basically back to black too. It's a good thing. That gasket's almost unobtainable again. One of those things. Like I said, with gasket, it's only like half an inch height. But it seals up and getting water in and rusting out the headlight. So, wanting to keep it in good shape. That keeps the moisture out of your gauge, inside the gauge face. Two. Good. Other spots. we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, next thing. Well, that's what I could do is work on, take these off. I guess I will. The aftermarket gauges, I need to get those kind of on here. Water. Here, that. Okay, a little bit of navel gelling on here. Just a little bit of that's hitting on the top of the chrome here. And what I want to just do is again, polish process. We're gonna get the polish out, but now at least loosen that rust that's bubbled up under it and kind of. I had this sitting on there before. It'll shine up. You'll still see some of it, but it hopefully will be less noticeable. Observe what's here. And the ultimate solution for when stuff gets heavily pitted is you just gotta replate. Now, you either have the monetary funds to do that, or the time to wait. Unfortunately, I just can't. Original Chrome, just gonna save what's here best. That up there. I do realize I need to add a little bit to another spot. Again, I'm applying this stuff with Q-tips so I can really be using very sparingly spot treat places. Because one spot where there's paint, and I did this in a recent video with a different bike. I was just kind of preserving what was there, but there was a couple of sort of large spots that were bubbling the rust up. It already took a little, chunk of paint off. What I wanted to be able to do was save the other paint by taking the rust out or, neutralizing it. And in that case, I clear coated over it to sort of save the original paint. After buffing and doing as much paint correction as that, and saving what's there, and then at late, so theoretically at a later date, if I wanted to do a full repaint, that's what I could do. But I'm not gonna do a full repaint on it because it's kind of a sort of draftsman. Oh, sink there. Do that in about 10 minutes. And then that's something for part of the video. Okay, yeah, I think was gonna start on the handlebars here. Take these gauges off because there's some pitting on this magnesium or something. But these gauges are an aftermarket part, which again, I'll talk more about that in a future video. But I think they're kind of neat, as a period piece. So I want to restore them best I can as well, because they do work. Let's see. It's probably 10, I'm guessing. Completely move those to the way the wire runs. Have to sort of clean them up. Right. Yeah. Bracket. So that's the wire that will lines. I really don't want to hook them this way, but we can clean them up there. Screwdriver. Something's kind of old school. This has flathead screws, which is, Phillips head. Okay. Maybe just some brackets. Well, I'm pretty good shape. Now I can I'll work on that. Then I can happens. I'll take this bezel. Really, that's what I want. Here. And these don't even have a brand. I'm not hard to say these when these are. You know, they kind of look like a, somewhat like a Stuart Warner. They're not. Like, oh, I see. I guess I can. I can. Oh, and I lose. Oh, 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 shoot, those were. Oh, those were the little. Those tabs just were. That where the. Oh, maybe those were the. Where the. Roots were. Oh, but just lame. Those tabs going here. That's it. Yeah. Or, oh, I see. Those, okay, those stick in there, then those are supposed to come in. Okay. Now what I want to do, housing's in good shape, but I want to clean up this problem. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, I see how it works. All right. Oh, there's. We can clean that out. All right. Nice. Let's first. Probably take the grime off. Actually, not this. Sure. Yeah. Just again, even good clean up like this. Base gauges cleaned up. Yeah, just a little bit of oxidation. Yeah, I'm gonna polish it. That's a good read. The black paint is wet. Black finish. We might I do a little extra work on this, so I'll shine them up. Like the way here. Yeah, there's a little bit of black paint missing. Makes that matte black so it's kind of less glare. That's what the hoods are for. So, kind of a weird gasket. Little still pliable, but I can tell it's that's supposed to keep the vibration. I see how those little tabs go in there. That's going to be fun. I'll probably need to have a super glue or just maybe even that's probably what it is. You a little piece of glue tab stick right in there. I'll have to remember that. I'll watch back the screen because I'm going to put these at the moment. How I can know better. Like a white rubber, so. White rubber. Wow, it was white. It's aluminum, so corrosion. A little bit of steel there, of course. Good on the gauge face. Some people probably think I'm going a little too far with this, but I don't know. I could see the dirtiness of the gauge, and some of it's dirt, some of it's a little bit of there's a rust, dirt that has been embedded in there, and that kind of discolored the rubber, so it made it look like it was rusting in there, even though it wasn't. Even a little. Inside here. And but you know, the inside of the house isn't all corroded up, so that means the gasket was doing its job. No water got in there over 45, 50 years, so it's in good shape. And don't forget, I ain't forgot about the front fender. We got to tackle that, but that might be done off stream. That'll go really quick because the big area actually goes quicker. Okay. Because yeah, I think mask around that, mask this all off. Ships. Oh yeah, I was just ready to come off. So let's we're gonna have to repair that. That's what was making this kind of look not its best. Yeah, they just used a matte paint over. I mean, I could totally just remove it, but I like that it's black. So we can. Wasn't gonna go the. It's one of the things. I wasn't gonna quite go that far with this, but it's off. It's always bothered me because they've always, well, since I've been alive, they've always looked that way because they were 30-something years. Yeah, it was 20 years. yeah, 20-ish years after they were installed. You know, kind of, that's just taking the on that steel wool on that, and then we'll get the polish on there and put a nice coating on there. Yeah, these are perfect. These bother me. I love them, but they always were sort of dull looking, and of course, to do it is to, to make them look shiny was to take them apart. Again, like this didn't take that long. Just finishing on here because, again, this is kind of a chrome plated aluminum, and the plating is still there. It's just it's line, and then this I can tell this because of an aftermarket, of the period. This isn't good chrome like what came on the bike. In fact, for the time, inexpensive. I think these cost like $9.95, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in 1969, 70, about when these are from, or early. Well, they probably were selling them earlier, but that's when they probably got put on this bike. Shortly thereafter, it was purchased. But I can tell this isn't a very high quality chrome compared to other factory chrome and other bike parts. These kind of scream J.C. Whitney to me, but I'm not sure if that's true. Probably something like Beck and Arnley, a motorcycle parts distributor back then. And for foreign cars and motorcycles. Okay, that's not. I don't know if you can see that. When I do the other one, I'm going to have to get my camera going. And just things take longer when you got to film them. And nobody's wanting to sit through 5 hours of doing this stuff in a video. So all I need to get is a couple seconds before and after, which is what I'm going to do. But doing this first one is kind of a test, and then I got the second one. That's kind of all YouTubers and such do this. You got to edit stuff because you got to keep the video going. Okay, like that shined up as. Woo, I don't know if you can see that. I'll shine, and it was really dull before. Take this brush. What this will do. Any more of that residue off, and that'll protect the coating. Even while I'm at it, let me look at that other book. Is it? Okay, so yeah, that lag gauge has definitely got some rust on the face of the rim, but I think we can take care of that. Oh man, perfect. Gleams in the sun. I'll show you. I don't know. The camera won't pick it up. Let's see. Some of that paint was already chipping off, and getting in there. We need to clean this up. I am going to take this off, shoot a little matte paint. Nothing special. Out of just a rattle can. It's a matte black. So, it's clean in there. Yeah, some that black travel can is all that'll be needed in there. Just put the polish on top to do that again. But tape to be able to stick in this area. Get a little matte black and let it dry. And put this together. I gotta clean that gauge face. That's gonna take a little long. Okay. Well, the live streams are for see the reality of everything. So, gloves. Take the gloves off. What I'm going to do here. Around the edge here. Now I will get my fine line, get my crisp line. This is just a crepe masking tape. Down the edge there. Did that. That on the edge. Wider. Again, the beauty of this type of part is to screw up. You can just take the paint right off and try again. You know, this is kind of low risk, you know, restoration. And again, I could probably leave that. Most people wouldn't even notice it down in there unless they're really, you know, looking at this gauge and that stuff. Interior. And we have to do this the other one too, so that's another thing. Again, I guess the reason why I like to stream this kind of when I can is this is the reality of, you know, the reality of restorations, I guess. Or even this isn't a full restoration or anything. This is just cleaning it up, making it look really nice, you know. And again, the more time you spend on this, the more satisfying it is later. The more the detailing shine. I mean, this is why automotive detailing, you know, even if it's a more modern car, you know, kind of costs a lot. Is, you know, it's a lot of work. It's having that eye and everything. You know, but if you care about your car, you're gonna do it. Okay, got that there. Now I got fine line tape. So vinyl tape. We're gonna go around. It's probably very boring for most people. the surfaces are so difficult to mask. I got to use a vinyl tape because it can kind of stretch and conform to the corners. It ain't perfect. But you can narrow vinyl tape. You can get a nice, you can get, a real nice curve. This isn't even the most narrow tape you can get. Another thing is make sure it's good and adhered once. Now, a little more skilled in 3D modeling, scan it, use the Cricut or something to make a nice, uniform like template, and let's stick it on here, and then there you go. A nice circular template to fit, just perfect. Cricut or a vinyl cutter. All right. Seems pretty good. That's piece here way around. Okay, we're all taped and masked perfectly. Look at that one. And its paint's pretty much intact, so if I'm careful cleaning it up, we'll be good. But, where is my matte black? That's the other thing. We don't need a whole lot. Just very this is what I got. This will work. Just barely. I'm gonna have to run outside the shop here to do that, but we'll spray a little matte black on this, and I'll be right back. So I'll be right back. Okay, and it was that quick. So uh, there's a little spray job. Let that fully dry. Take the paint off. Be in great shape. Don't want to rush that. Okay. Next thing we can do is gotta get our still a little rest in here. Take them wires off. I'm not gonna tie those up. Edge of this gauge, and just a little bit of corrosion on the outside. Looked dull sitting down in that bezel. So, just ever so slight corrosion. Rim the gauge that you put in. That was kind of what. Well, it kind of makes a white rim around there. You replace that black O-ring. I really, really like, it breaks up the black and a little bit. Probably why they did what they did. There. Gauges. Clean that up. It evaporates fast. Kind of cleans some little residual residue. Usually doesn't harm it. Crevice there. Polishing. Down there. Stopping any little pollution. This is a kitty because it's a amp meter. So first, don't you don't charge more than 10 amps. About 5 or 6, probably about max. This is a 12-volt system. And before I put this back in there, I will check that bulb. Last I remember, it did work. Headlight on it. Shines up in there. Okay. Full gas. That doesn't work. Now that makes only one move. Or one move. You know what? It's kind of a big O-ring. Now I can always replace it with a O-ring or a black O-ring. But wonder. Put this in a little bit of bleach. Just a little bit. I might test that. Oh, we got a scammer on. We're gonna. Hold on. Let's hit the be right back. Ready? Not this. Okay, back. Bleach. This. Don't think. Honestly, don't think this is gonna work. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna. I diluted it with a little bit of water. See how it's even shaking. I don't know. That's a placebo effect. Almost looks like it's whitening it up. But we'll let that sit a little bit off camera. I'll come back to it with a specific rag bleach. Okay, and and this pretty quick. We can do an instant reveal on this and see how well we did here with it. I do want to maybe wrap those wires up, tidy those up a little bit too. Get to that once we got to put it back on. Oh, I got to shine up the brackets. That's right. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, specifically YouTube, make sure you comment. Use the super chat. You can become a channel member, see some exclusive pictures behind the scenes, and it's there's some other perks if you go and check out the channel membership page. It'll tell you, different levels and kind of what stuff you can get access to them. Oh my God, oh wow, it's like a night and day. I am so glad I took this extra time to do that. Here's the thing, I almost was not going to mess with that, but okay, I mean, yeah, shoot. It's hard to see, but it looks nice and bright, and then that little bit of paint just made it just that much better. Yeah, having set. Going to be nice. I'll set this off to the side, but boy, that was worth doing. Actually, in good shape. It's a good shape. That goes in there. Pads. Out the pads. I sort of see that's a weird way to do this, but that tab in there. Practice. I need some more gloves. Do that. Okay. Gloves. And steel wool links. They got the same problem still. Station on these brackets. Yeah. Taking the steel wool little about all it needs. Maybe really truly need a polish. Yeah. But again, I can still tell this it just there's a feel to it. It just feels like a cheaper chrome than the factory. So hopefully you can hear me just good. So if you're watching live, say something in the chat. I'd like to know if you're watching. Who's watching? I say hello or whatever. Don't normally. I like to try to do these live streams, but I don't do a lot of these, on the fly. Because again, I don't know. Figure it's probably kind of boring, but also it's a little extra setup, and a lot of times projects, you just want to get going. So. I goes. Clean up those sides of the bar. I'm not going to take the pulls off or anything like that. Those are just stay as is. We'll get as much shine up. Maybe sometime at a later date we'll, basically almost strip it, but really no need. There's so much chrome on this bike. It's tough to, like these pipes and such. Really, they're gonna sometimes, because really a lot of it is the same kind of just rock. I can take right there and just a little bit of steel wool in there. They shine right up. They look good right now, even just on camera, but they'll just glisten. Those. polish. Uh, yeah. Oh, perfect. Other tip. And literally steel wool just shines right back up. It's off that layer of gook that's on these and sort of dulls it. We got all this chrome. There is so much chrome. I don't think I'm going to live stream at all, but I guess it's proof of the work and the detail I put into this. After I get this, I'm going to check our aged rotor part. Just make sure the grading it or something. I don't. It shouldn't. I don't know. There's some cracks in it. Again, I only was trying that because it's like, well, I know what I can do to replace it. I didn't want to experiment if I didn't have a plan for plan B. If something went quote wrong, couldn't didn't know what to replace it with. But in this case, I got an option. And it's polish. Keep it looking new for the next several years for sure. Especially with the way this bike will be stored. Be out in the elements all that much, so it'll. Oh, okay. Now, this is really spark. Not even the main event. So, now, let's. Oh, yeah, already. Well, DLC with that too. These are some aftermarket bars, and a little missing on the lower half here. The way it is, we can make it a little less noticeable patina. And again, I could take the controls off. I gotta stop somewhere. I don't have all the time in the world to polish. Yeah. Better, better get a shot. All right. Wow, perfect. Yes, these, like I said, it's not like anything's really that bad. It's just you gotta take the time to get the grime off. So, yeah, shot there. Oh, again, taking the bars off would be the more ideal thing. Wires run through here, cables. We're just not going for that level just yet. This is me showing. This is what you can do. A little bit of time, a little bit of effort. You know, you can get most of it. Um, wipe some of that off. There. There's triple clamps, little locks. Well, yeah. That, and then probably start the fender here a bit. There's some, try to clean some grease and stuff off the bit. A little bit of grime. This one fork seal, I know weeps just a little, and that's going to get replaced. Big bake, but this time. And even when I say weep, it barely, it's a weep. It barely It's barely. Just enough, just a little bit of that sound. Like, when we do that, take them off. That might be time we do. Take the trip from the closet. Again, hand in there. That. Taking a little bit of this off. Just takes it just every little bit that can catch something. Kind of, it almost, in a way, it sort of hides the other blemishes. Okay, I gotta wait because I'm gonna put this other gauge on. But we're waiting on that. Let's check on a little bleach strip here. I'm off camera here, but checking on it, it's too bad, really. Got a little bit of let's use a paper towel. Do something a little. Wondering why it looks so fuzzy. So. All right, folks. There. That's a little better. That dirt on the camera. Now, as you can see, folks, this is going to take a long time. I'm going to be working on this more this week, but and I may live stream it. I don't know. So later, you might want to be getting the truck. All right. Well, doing better. It is this paper towel. There is a bit of white stuff. Doesn't appear to be degrading it any more than it already was. So I'm really terrible. A little bit of this soap in there. Actually, I know what I'll do. I'll put some simple green in there. That's actually working pretty good. Doesn't seem like it's getting chalky or anything like that, which was kind of my worry how it is. Greaser. I'm using the grain partially because it's super harsh. Let that just set a little bit longer. Just in case there's a little bit of grease on it. Let's see. Oh, where to next? Fender. I guess I'll kind of putting it off. Just there's some grease. Change gloves because I got bleach on there. I don't risk contaminating. I got that brake drum to take care of. I'll get this done, and I'll go probably take that out of the bleach, see what it looks like on this. I'll probably call that good. I don't going to get back to perfectly white. I tell you what, if you know of an easy, easy as in local, kind of more local, like a Ace Hardware or something type of solution for a white, kind of O-ring like that. I'm getting the size of, I don't know, it's like a 2-inch gauge or something like that. 2-inch overall diameter, something like that. Let me know. Want to? That's because that could be an option too to replace those. Because otherwise, I mean, maybe there's a place online. I don't want to pay $10 or something overall with shipping, everything to get just to replace them. So there is let's take care of a little test. And a bit of grease on this guy. And I didn't take these cables off because I wasn't gonna. Originally I wasn't planning on going quite that far into it, but ambition got the better one. Grease. And bearing's been greased, and there's desserts here, and let it squeeze out, and then you get wiped off, and collect the road grime. It's just a little bit of brake cleaner helps, soften it more, and then you can wipe it off. Using a screwdriver, aluminum, so and kind of diligent. Probably wrap this live stream up here pretty soon. Get this sort cleaned up. Here are brief because of the sit down reviews back. Okay. There we go. they don't do that on motorcycles anymore. So, speedometer driving, low grease dirt, like you need much, very much, but for the uh, brake cam, pivot bolt. Again, drum brakes. They only stop as hard as you can pull that lever. So, making it on there. Like, easier way to be. Like, the reason why I'm being lazy, I don't want to have to readjust the brakes. Just, let's see. That looks nice, actually. Rusty steel wool. That surface hook off. Please. Oh man, there's so much work left to do. All right. Right. And I'll drop that and polish that up. All right. And it ain't too bad. Difficult. 2 minutes on the bike. mostly stuff is mostly this road here, rather than actual physical rust. Run. That just a spray on greaser isn't going to take care of. I don't know, maybe a chrome cleaner could, but I found products are fine. But, yeah, if not, if it's just this good, again, hard. I know it's hard to see on the hard to see on the camera, but it's like it's kind of like bonded to it, and all you need is, like I said, some of this steel wool, light steel wool, to take care of that. I should probably be filming some of this. Because I want to know, man, how much effort just cleaning up that I've done. And it kind of shows how much if you take pride in your work, and it doesn't have to be a bike like this. It's not just historical provenance, but it's personal, personal sentimental value. Like even maybe I got like a mid-'80s Honda Rebel. Take pride. You could do this, and it could be because here's the thing, a bike like that, I would stop. It'd be kind of a head turner, because here's the deal. Most people wouldn't care about a bike like that. So when I see one that is immaculately maintained and I'm gonna stop and look. I'm gonna give a little respect to that, because it's like he wanted to take care of something that was designed to be thrown on those. And when these were new, I mean, these weren't nobody. In a couple years, this bike was considered way outdated for what motorcycle tech was just moving that fast that even a bike was outdated within 5 years. In 5 years, there was way more technology. I mean, just within 5 years, bikes were coming with to this, and this this drum brake all the way around. Again, if you know anything about drum brakes, it's like they were the best. One of the best they had, especially bikes. This brakes are more complicated to produce and such. I mean, now that economies of scale kick in and that stuff, but back then, the name of this game was build a inexpensive bike. So, and sell a lot of them. Something with some performance, but inexpensive, because that's what we had to compete on at this point was price, and then later on quality. They couldn't sell on quality because they hadn't earned that reputation, that reputation. Even a bike like this was, of course, collectible today. Was never thought of, meant to be released. And I think I've been at this for 2 hours. I'm almost. It's time to take a break. Hands again. And I need to check on it. Now, or the outside is strander. It's easier to, or easy enough. More of this, for the mounting, can't get to it, get the line up for it. Again, the spray on stuff just I mean, it gets some of it, but it doesn't, it doesn't shine if I put it in the elbow. Trying to do so that's looking wrong. Okay. Well, take a breather. Water. Reset a little bit. Oh, rest the hands. And I think I'm going to call that a stream. I don't know this very often, so I mean, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, become a channel member. Links and all that stuff should be in the description or on the channel page. Got a website. I'm going to get pictures up of this bike. It's going to have a separate page, just like all of my other bikes. So you'll be able to find the information about it later. I'm going to document more. It all takes time. Time, money, effort. So again, anyway, if you feel the support, please support. All right, I'm going to kick it. We might